Let me tell you something most people will never admit to you. Disrespect is not random. It is observed, tested, and then repeated. People don't wake up and decide to disrespect you. They study your reactions first. They watch what you tolerate. They measure your silence. They calculate your limits. And once they realize there are none, they cross the line without hesitation. That's why most men fail here. Not because they are weak, but because they are untrained. They think respect comes from being nice, from being understanding, from giving people one more chance. But reality doesn't reward that mindset. It exploits it, because respect is not given to the kindest man. It is given to the man who enforces boundaries without apology. So today, you don't need motivation. You need strategy. Because if you don't correct this, you will keep attracting the same pattern. In different people, different faces, same outcome. Now listen carefully. The first way to handle disrespect is something most people are too emotional to do. 1. Withdraw your reactions. Disrespect feeds on emotion. The moment you react, anger, frustration, long explanations, you give the other person control. Because now they can predict you. And anything predictable can be manipulated. That's why the strongest response is not loud. It is controlled silence, not passive silence. Not weak silence, deliberate silence. You don't argue. You don't chase clarity. You don't try to fix their perception of you. You simply observe and detach. This creates something powerful, uncertainty. And uncertainty forces people to reassess their behavior. Because now, they don't know where they stand with you. And when people don't know where they stand, they become careful. But silence alone is not enough. Because if silence is not followed by action, it becomes permission, which leads to the second way. 2. Change your availability. Respect is tied to access. The more available you are to someone who disrespects you, the less they value your presence. It's not personal, it's psychological. Humans undervalue what is always accessible. So if someone crosses your boundaries, you don't argue with them. You reduce access, less time, less energy, less attention. You stop being easy to reach, easy to predict, easy to use, and suddenly, your absence speaks louder than your words ever could. Because people notice loss faster than they appreciate presence. Now here's where most men make a mistake. They think distance is punishment. It's not. It's calibration. You are not trying to hurt them. You are correcting the dynamic. And if they adjust, good. If they don't, you've already created space to move forward. Most people think respect is built through communication. That's only half the truth. Because words without consequence are ignored. Which brings us to the third way. 3. Enforce consequences without drama. This is where discipline replaces emotion. When someone disrespects you, you don't threaten. You don't announce rules. You act quietly, precisely. If they waste your time, you stop giving it. If they cross your boundaries, you remove access. If they repeat behavior, you reduce involvement. No speeches, no warnings, no emotional explanations. Because the more you talk, the less your actions matter. And the more you act, the less you need to talk. This is what most people don't understand. Respect is not negotiated. It is enforced through patterns. Now the fourth way is uncomfortable, but necessary. 4. Stop over-explaining yourself. Disrespected men explain too much. They justify their decisions. They defend their boundaries. They try to be understood. But over-explaining signals uncertainty. And uncertainty invites challenge. You don't need everyone to agree with you. You need them to recognize your standard. And standards are not explained repeatedly. They are demonstrated consistently. A simple no is enough. No long message, no paragraph, no emotional justification, just clarity. Because the more you try to convince people, the more they feel entitled to question you. Here's the shift. Stop trying to be liked. Start being respected. Because people who only respect you when you explain yourself never respected you in the first place. Now pay attention to this next one carefully. Because this is where real power begins. The fifth way is the one most people avoid. Because it requires something deeper than strategy. It requires identity. 5. Upgrade your self-standard. You can't demand respect while internally accepting less. That contradiction is visible. People read it in your tone, your posture, your hesitation. If you don't believe you deserve respect, you will tolerate behavior that proves you right. So this is not just about them. It's about you, your standards, your discipline, your self-control, because the moment you truly decide what you will and will not accept, your behavior changes automatically. You stop chasing, stop explaining, stop tolerating, and that shift changes everything. Now understand this clearly. Some people will not adjust, not because they can't, but because they benefited from the old version of you. And when you change the rules, they lose access. So they resist, they test you, they push boundaries harder. That's not failure. That's confirmation. It means your standard is working. So what do? You stay consistent. No emotional relapse. No going back to old patterns. Because respect is not built in one moment. It is built in repeated decisions. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't lose people when you demand respect. You lose people who were comfortable disrespecting you. And that is not a loss. That is alignment. So from this point forward, watch closely, move deliberately, and correct without noise. Because the strongest man in the room is not the loudest. It's the one who cannot be played. If you're serious about control, discipline, and self-respect, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Obid. Continue to the next lesson. Don't break the chain.